Cold cases. Cold cases typically involve serious crimes, such as homicides or disappearances that have not been solved despite extensive investigation. These cases can remain open for years or even decades. The term cold indicates that the investigation has stalled, and there are no active leads or suspects at the moment. The Clark County Sheriff's Office recently re-established its cold case unit to focus on these decades-old cases.
Our major crimes unit is a set of detectives and supervisor that specialize in the most heinous crimes, what I consider the top priority of crimes in our community, and that's the serious violent offenses. That includes homicides, that includes serious assaults, sexual assaults, often involve shootings.
A heavy major crimes workload limits officers assisting with cold cases. Volunteers have stepped up to help research and solve cold cases. In addition to a supervisor, the cold case team includes 4 retired law enforcement volunteers responsible for investigating and gathering evidence.
We can do more and more with evidence. So one thing our cold case volunteers go through and see, okay, what items can be resubmitted? What things have potential for new leads forensically based on current technology, new updated technology? So that's a big part of what they do. And then these cases, they can go back and re-interview people. They can go back and re-interview witnesses, re-interview victims' families, talk to suspects maybe.
One cold case currently being reviewed is the disappearance of Kim Kersey. Kersey was last seen in 1987 when she was a student at Mount View High School. Her school books were found near her home.
So she had to walk home, and then she walked along this trail, never made it home. Her books made it within a couple hundred yards of her house, but she did not. And she disappeared and hasn't been seen since. And so we've been using various leads with who we think the prime suspect is, Russell Stenger, who was convicted of another similar murder in the similar area, or the same area actually. And we're trying to find places that he was known to be to search for possible remains.
When searching for remains, detectives often include the use of specially trained dogs to track remains buried underground.
Typical investigation is you interview witnesses, you interrogate suspects, you search the area with human beings and with dogs, depending on what kind of investigation it is. In our case, in most of my cases, it's a human remains search. So a very specifically kind of trained dog with wonderful volunteers there too, with the search and rescue human remains dog team.
One thing we're always looking for is answers for the family. We're not able to give them closure. Something horrible happened to a loved one of theirs, but we can give them answers, and also we can just be there to just talk to them, keep in contact with them, that they know someone else cares about their loved one's case.
If you or someone you know may have information about a homicide case, please call the Major Crimes Tip Line at 564-397-2847.